Okay, so this is Brian, and I want to sign up, or let's say sign in my account as I am going to test. Do not mind what is here, it's just a way of verifying that I actually own the account. So now I am in the account, and usually this is how the interface would look like. It's currently white, and I want to open settings right now. I feel like I don't like this color, so I want to change it, and I prefer this compared to the white. Now I'm going to just save the settings, and whatsoever you notice I'm doing here, you would also have that experience. Like I see the content preference, this is actually for the content studio. You can see at the other side, it makes Brian to know how he should tailor or create his content. So you can see it's set at professional, but I want to make Brian to always sound energetic whenever he is talking to me, and then I'll save that setting so that when I continue chatting with Brian will always sound energetic. Okay, so now let's move on. That is Brian's personality, by the way, and that's the affiliate section. I'm still working on that for now, so that is it, and that's the preferences. There are several things that I'm still working on over there. Now that's the profile. I want to change the profile and actually put my actual image. So as a user, you can actually do such thing. We'll wait for it to update. I'll change my full name to something else, and I would want you to watch the left side of the screen where you can still see that the information up there is still Mike R. You're going to see that it's going to change the moment the settings have been saved. And good. Now you've seen that it just got updated, and that's how it works. So I want to check the analytics, and you'll see what is inside the analytics. Currently, it's empty because I do not have any connected platforms. I wish I could do a more longer video so you would finally see what contains the connected platform, but I had to just skip that and start chatting with Brian. Okay, I'll first of all open a new chat. So, as a user, you are free to open as many new chats as you want. Let me first of all introduce myself. Hi, I. Okay, you can just read it yourself. So, yeah, Brian has seen me and he has responded. Now I'm going to send a new conversation to Brian, but then I want you to look at something. Every time you actually begin a new chat, there is this card that shows on the left side. You can always open it. So this works perfectly fine for desktops, or laptops, even iPhone or Android devices or tablet. Okay, so you see the next question I sent to Brian. You can just read for yourself. Everything is a bit fast, and now it's clear that Brian is actually trying to direct me to where I can actually get started with the connected platforms. Unfortunately, Brian didn't even direct me properly. Brian will not be so accurate with actually directing a person, but do not be naive. AI keeps improving every single day. Don't just assume Brian is so perfect and Brian can't make mistakes. Even the ChatGPT we use on a daily basis has its own flaws, and Brian depends on ChatGPT's intelligence to be able to deliver to some extent. And now we can see what Brian is just saying, and yeah. So now I am not being naive. I want to let Brian know that in what I can see connected platforms, because inside of the settings, what Brian is saying is currently not there. Maybe I might do that so that in case Brian speaks like that, any user can always go to the settings and find what Brian is saying. But for now, I just want to show you what I've achieved. You can see even Brian knows that the connected platforms is the exact place I have to go. And so I'll just click it now that Brian has confirmed that. And now you see, now this is the LinkedIn. Let me connect my first account. So if you have a LinkedIn account, you are free to do this. I do not want to open my actual LinkedIn account at the moment because I do not want this video to be very long. This is my LinkedIn account. If you do not have access to your LinkedIn account, it would be very impossible for you to actually connect. LinkedIn is very, very security conscious, and for me to easily sign in my account means that I have an active LinkedIn account. So let's just watch a bit. So you see, Now, if you have several pages on LinkedIn that you feel you want Brian to manage, LinkedIn can do that for you. For now, let's just say I want Brian to manage my platform, my personal platform. Okay, so now LinkedIn has been secured. Let's just move on to the next platform, which will be Facebook. Now you can see the Instagram looks a little bit not very bright. The connected part doesn't look very bright. I just zoomed it now. Now you can see. So the thing there is that you cannot connect your Instagram if your Instagram is not connected to Facebook. So if you have a Facebook account, you need to have an Instagram connected to it. Or if you have an Instagram, then you need to have a Facebook that is connected to the Instagram. But mind you, you need to have a Facebook page actually. Currently, that's my Instagram. You can see that. So if you do not have a Facebook page, then Instagram can't work. You need to first of all have a Facebook page, and then once your Facebook page is linked to your Instagram account, then it becomes easy for you to automatically connect your Instagram. Now I want you to watch a few things. For me, I prefer Brian should handle all of my social media platforms. If you just want to pick a few that you want Brian to handle for you, you are free to do that. But I just want to let you understand how limitless Brian is to handling all of these social media platforms. Let's check Instagram. You can see now that all those platforms are connected automatically. You can also see as for that of Facebook. If I want to remove any of the platforms, I can. But let's just move over to Twitter, or X as the name is currently, and I will give Brian access to LinkedIn, to X rather. So it doesn't take much time. Just authorize the app and there is an automatic access. And the moment that has been done, we'll move on to the next social media platform. So we have YouTube over here. I've actually connected YouTube before, but I had to disconnect it to just explain a few things. You can see you might actually have two accounts being displayed. You have to choose the exact one that you want Brian to have access to. So do not mind this information. Google hasn't verified all that. That is because YouTube still needs to verify my app, Brian, and until they verify that you all are testers of this platform, which I actually granted you access to. So we are all working on that at the moment, and you can see I actually just showed you the access Brian has. Brian has access to my YouTube, has access to my emails and all that. And but the major thing here is he actually manages my YouTube account. That's what matters. And so now we are talking about TikTok, and you can see this is not even going to take any much time, and we are going to have access, and now it's completed. So Brian has access to all 6 social media platforms and all of the pages that is involved. Let's move over to preferences. Now you can see that yellow thing that glowed. The reason why I had to move to settings and go to the preferences and update that was because at the top someone was glowing. You can take the video back and witness that by yourself. So now I just want to continue my conversation with Brian, and I had to first of all click one of the card. If you do not do that and you just begin chatting with Brian, a new chat will open up automatically. So you have to first of all click any of the cards up there, whether it is identify or any of those cards. So you see now, I just tried to find out from Brian which of my platforms are connected, and Brian checked and found out that these are all of my connected platforms. So Brian knows which of my platforms are connected. So now Brian wants us to begin creating content, but I don't want that at the moment. I want Brian to create an image for me. Honestly, I'm actually impressed by how far I've gone with this product. And did you just notice something now? I started a new chat mistakenly without having to click one of those cards. So I'll go back to where I have to continue my interaction with Brian. So now Brian is going to create something for me, because you see what Brian is saying. But for me, I'm not actually interested in this. I want Brian to actually create an image for me. We have platforms like ChatGPT and other platforms like Leonardo AI that exist, but somehow they do not give the exact kind of images that we need when we actually want them to generate an image for us. So why not we try Brian and see what Brian can do for us? In addition to this, whatever image that you generate over here can also be downloaded. I'm still working on these though, so that Brian can be able to create different sizes of images. For now, Brian feels like he can just be creative and generate any kind of image size that he wants. You can see what I asked Brian to create, right? So let's just wait for what Brian is going to do for us. This video would have been longer than this, as a matter of fact, because I actually did more longer video than this one. It had I had to tell Brian to add bag on top of it, on top of the girl. I also had to tell Brian to add some math content on the image, but somehow I just felt maybe I should cut off that part of the video. You all will have access to Brian and you can test first.